Hey everybody, Dwight Gelowitz here. I'm with my good buddy, my brother from a different mother, Robert Stewart. How are you today, Robert?
I'm good, Dwight. Good to see you.
In our last video, we talked about hiring a paint contractor, and you said you had 10 specific questions to ask that paint contractor before you hire him. Give me those questions.
You
Robert.
bet I will. We're going to go through. I want to go through these questions with you briefly. I've actually written them down right from the report, and it'll be more comprehensive in the report. So be sure to go and sign up and get your free report when you read this. Now, the first question that you ask your painting contractor is, what kind of paint do you use? And I'm just not going to go into any brands or anything like that today, but what I want to say is no matter what brand that they use, make sure it's top quality paint. On a paint job, always remember this: the money spent is not in the quality of paint, is in the labor. The paint is the least expensive part of the job. So be sure to get a really high quality paint and put it on there. It looks better, it lasts longer, it's easy for the painter to work with, which means you're going to save on labor in the long run. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Question 2.
Question 2. Bear with me here. All right. Is your estimate a flat rate one? Unless it's piecework, when it can't be done any other way than by the hour, get that contractor to give you a price. If he can't come up and look at the outside of your house and you tell him what you want and he can't give you a flat rate price, don't hire him. Look for someone who can. Now, if you got a lot of pieced up stuff that you want done, bits and pieces, he may need to give you a by the hour price or itemized price. But most of the time, a painter can give you a flat rate on a paint job.
Cool.
Okay,
Number 3.
Number 3. Do you offer a written guarantee? And I mean every good contractor, every reputable contractor will. Okay, and the next question: how long will it take to complete my job? They will be able to tell you how long it'll take to complete it, and provided the weather, they should be able to complete it within that amount of time that's listed. Always be in communication with your painter to find out and to keep clear communication, because things do happen. But you don't want a painter here today and gone for 3 days before he shows up. So make sure you're clear on that going in. You have it written.
Okay, number 5.
Number 5. Yep, 5. How will you protect non-painted surfaces? And that question is to be asked. You want him to tell you how he is going to take care of your stuff. Is he going to cover it? How's he going to cover it? What's he going to cover it with? You do not want him coming in on your brand new carpet with nasty, filthy, dirty drop cloths that's going to stain your carpet. Make sure he's going to bring his good drops in, that he even has those to come in. But make sure that is a very important question, because the last thing you want to come in is smell some old sour drop cloth that's been outside on the last 25 paint jobs of his, and he's bringing it in on your white carpet. That don't work. So,
number 6.
How will you prepare the surface for painting? Like if it doesn't need primer. So if you're looking at the surface, how do we do this? And get it. How are we going to plug it? Are we going to prime it, after we patch the holes? Are we going to prime that first? And get all those questions answered first. And you can get more on this in the report. And
number 7.
What can I expect regarding cleanup after the paint job? Ask the question. Don't accept nothing less than, I will leave it clean. The way it is when they walk in, they leave it that way when they leave. They don't leave their trash behind. Painters don't do that.
Quick question: do they leave it after every day or at the end of the job?
They leave it after every day, provided they have an agreement with you. And say if they want to roll up their drop cloths and leave them on the job instead of low, and you have a place for them to put them, they can do it. Now, if you're not using a bedroom, I have seen cases where people weren't using a bedroom and they said, "Oh, I'll just leave the drops down," because you're not done in it. But always make sure you're clear about that and get that done. In other words, be in communication. Get that taken care of beforehand.
Awesome. Number 8.
Number 8. Who will supervise my project, and are you using subcontractors? Very important question. You get this guy, comes out there, he looks great, he gives you a good price, you like him, and that's all you see him. In other words, he sends out some subcontractor that you don't even know, or he sends out some people to do your job you don't know. Well, you want to create a rapport with that. So if he has a supervisor, have him ask him, request, will you come out with your supervisor and introduce him to me? You know, the guy I'll be working with on this paint job, so that you can have a rapport. And if he does have a subcontractor, it's not a bad thing. Some subcontractors are great. Matter of fact, a lot of them are. I would never use one that wasn't. But you want to get to know that person as well, because if you want to have the faith that painter referring that contractor has in that contractor yourself. Okay?
Number 9.
Number 9, how long have you been in the business? And this is a good question to ask, just to see what kind of answer that you get and what happens. Listen, I know people, I've been painting for 30 years, but I know people who have been painting for 4, 5, 6 years who can do a quality job. By standard and rules, a person been doing it longer, has more experience, they're going to do a better job. But there comes a point when a paint job's a paint job, a paint job. If it's perfect, it's perfect. If the lines are straight and everything's in line, it's there. And there may be a painter who's been painting all his life and started a business 4 years ago who could do just as good a job.
Okay.
Okay? So just be sure to ask and find out their background and how much painting they've really done.
So last question, number 10.
Number 10, what references can you give me? Get at least 3 references. If they don't have 3 people that vouch for the quality of paint job they put on, you probably don't want to do business with them. But get references and be sure to call those references. That's a 10. Be sure to go to get our report. Get the report, check it out, read it. There's a lot of valuable information that you want to read before you hire a painting contractor.
Thanks, Robert.
You bet.
10 questions. If you don't ask them, it's your fault if it's a crappy job. I'm out of here.
Stop! Don't you dare touch that mouse. If you're going to hire a paint contractor to do your paint job, stop! Don't hire anyone until you read my free guide, How to Avoid Rip-Offs and Get a Quality Paint Job Done. In this guide, you'll learn why you should hire a painting contractor, where you find a good painting contractor. You'll also learn 9 steps on how to hire a paint contractor, 10 questions your paint contractor must answer to get the job. Go now to volusia.bestallaroundpainter.com and claim your free report. This report will tell you how to avoid heartbreak in the painting of your home by hiring the right paint contractor, by asking the right questions. Go now, volusia.bestallaroundpainter.com. Claim your free report. This report could literally save you thousands of dollars and a world of stress. If you follow this report, I'm confident your painting experience will be great. volusia.bestallaroundpainter.com.